Mary Hartman tonight at 11. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
The tragedy on 28th Street with 9 dead. Nixon talks about the dumping of Spiro Agnew. Many lives still on the line in Holland tonight. And for the gossips, Jackie's German Prince. I'm Bill Jorgensen. This is the 10 o'clock news.
The trouble that farmers are having staying in business could have a direct effect on you. We'll tell you why. There is still no word the politicians will do what's necessary to save Social Security. A Jersey town is in shock tonight. There was a holdup and a bank manager that was killed. There will not be a strike by the LIRR. It looks like St. John's basketball team is on its way to the #1 spot. The Amazing has sports, and have I got a question for him? And Lynn has the weather. I'm John Rowland. This is a delayed edition of the 10 o'clock news. Good evening. They used to say that what's good for General Motors was good. A man who says violence may be the only way to get the English out of Ireland was elected to the British Parliament, and Margaret Thatcher won a tremendous victory. 3 more Israeli soldiers killed in Lebanon. Here in New York, a convicted killer who was serving life now faces the electric chair. Jason Robards talks about alcoholism. You'll hear from a man who says he can talk to the bees. Stuart Klein reviews a new French movie called The Return of Martin Guerre. Lynn has some great news about the weekend weather. The Mets are home with their new manager. Tom has that, along with the Westchester Golf Classic and his pick in the Belmont Stakes. I'm John Rowland. This is the 10 o'clock news. Good evening. Margaret Thatcher has a lot to celebrate tonight. She now has the biggest majority in the British Parliament in close to 40 years.
And will improve. I'm Steve Powers, and this is the 10 o'clock weekend news. Nature's fury was felt from...
Good evening. Originally, the charges of child abuse in the city started like a trickle through a...
Good morning. This is Tom Gregory with late news headlines, sports, and the weather from the Channel 5 newsroom. The international headlines. Both houses of Congress have united in condemning the use of U.S. funds to mine Nicaragua's ports. The high and cool early this morning is the word from the weatherman, the low in the low to mid-40s. Later today, some sunshine followed by increasing cloudiness, mild with a high 60 to 65. Saturday, cloudy and cool, some drizzle at times with a high temperature again 50 to 55. Repeating the current reading, 46 degrees. And there you have the late news headlines, sports, and weather from the Channel 5 newsroom. Good morning. Tom Gregory reporting.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Live from Channel 5 News in New York, this is the 10 o'clock news with John Rowland and Bill McCreary. Live from Channel 5 News in New York, this is the 10 o'clock news.
From Channel 5 News in New York, this is a 10 o'clock news update. Good evening. At 10 tonight, the full story on Nick Daniloff's flight to freedom. The American reporter was allowed to fly to West Germany tonight. President Reagan says America didn't blink. It was the communists. We'll have the latest on what may be America's part of the bargain in getting Daniloff back. And tonight, Robert Chambers' family is trying to raise the bail money to get him out. Jennifer Levin's family is bitter. And I'll have a talk with Kitty Kelly. She is the woman who wrote that explosive bestseller about Frank Sinatra. Plus the amazing sports and Glenn Schwartz's weather. We'll see you at 10.
Live from Channel 5 News in New York, this is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. Mario Biaggi, the hero cop turned congressman. And now, unless he wins some key votes of some federal jurors, he could be turned into a convict.
Live from Channel 5 News in New York, this is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. The people of Lyon have put the butcher of Lyon behind bars for the rest of his life.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Live from Channel 5 News in New York, this is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. This Tuesday was certainly super for George Bush. The vice president is marching through the South, getting a warm welcome at practically every voting booth.
This is Fox News at 7 with John Rowland, Cora Ann Mahalik, Carl White, and Nick Gregory.
Voters all over the country go to the polls in the biggest primary day ever.
A Bronx neighborhood is terrorized by a man attacking schoolgirls.
Good morning once again. Live from WNYW Fox Channel 5 in New York, this is Fox News at 7. Good evening, everyone.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
From WNYW Fox Channel 5 in New York, this is the 10 o'clock news with John Rowland and Cora Ann Mahalik. Live from WNYW Fox Channel 5 in New York, this is Fox News at 7.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ari Povich. Cora Ann is off tonight. And Merry Christmas, everyone. A lot of the world was celebrating the birth of Christ today. Manuel Noriega is celebrating just because he's alive, taking refuge with the Vatican ambassador in Panama, giving America a big
WNYW Fox Channel 5 in New York, this is the 10 o'clock news with John Rowland and Cora Ann Mahalik.
Good evening. You might wonder what Michael Milken will be giving thanks for when the former junk bond king sits down with his family tomorrow for Thanksgiving.
Fox Channel 5 in New York, this
Good evening. There's a right to die debate going on tonight in the...
Live from WNYW Fox Channel 5 in New York, this is Fox News at 7.
Good evening, I'm Jack Cafferty.
I'm Coran Mahalik.
From Channel 5 New York, this is a Fox News Update.
Tonight on Fox News Sunday at 11, ushering in the new year and the new decade, New York style. We'll check the action in Times Square before the ball drops. With the new year, a new mayor. David Jenkiens had time to contemplate the future at a special prayer service. President Bush visited American servicemen wounded in Panama. In sports, the Giants have a date with the Rams in the playoffs. Tom has all the sports, and Alan with the New Year's forecast at 11.
From Fox 5, this is the 10 o'clock news with John Rowe, Cora Ann Mahalik, Nick Gregory with weather, and Carl White with sports.
Good evening.
This is the 10 o'clock news with John Rowland, Cora Ann Mahalik, Nick Gregory with weather, and Carl White with sports.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
From Fox 5, this is the 10 o'clock news.
This is Fox News at noon with Lynn Brown.
Good afternoon. Here's what's ahead today on Fox News at noon.
I'm a restaurant at the Sheraton Hotel where the New York Post may soon be back from the dead.
This is Fox News at noon with Lynn Brown.
Good afternoon. The president is scheduled to sign the Brady bill into law sometime this noon.
This is a breaking story.
Troubling.
From Fox 5, this is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. Some tourists of the Big Apple got the ride of their life. First,
this is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. I'm Coran Mahalik. John is off tonight.
This is a breaking story. From Fox 5, this is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. Dramatic developments tonight in two stories at the United Nations.
This is a breaking story. From Fox 5, this is Fox News Sunday.
Good evening.
From Fox 5, this is the 10 o'clock news.
good evening. There was some horrifying testimony in a courtroom in Manhattan. The words of a woman who'd...
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
From Fox 5, this is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. Some tourists of the Big Apple got the ride of their life. First, they saw the New York skyline. Then they saw New York's finest and bravest.
The 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. I'm Rosanna Scotto. Lynn Brown has the night off.
Good morning once again. Welcome to the second hour of Good Day New York. Our top stories: another Allied attack on Iraq this morning. American and British and French planes fired at anti-aircraft missiles along the southern no-fly zone. Hours before that, an American F-16 shot down an Iraqi MiG in the northern no-fly zone. Excuse me. Meanwhile, the inauguration festivities are well underway in Washington. And here in New York, an argument on a subway train led to the fatal shooting of a Brooklyn man. And of course, today is the day we honor Dr. Martin Luther King. Government offices, including the post office, are closed. The stock exchanges are open, but banks are closed. And commuter lines are on normal weekday schedules. In sports, it'll be the Bills and the Cowboys in Super Bowl 27. On the ice, the Islanders beat Ottawa. In college basketball, Virginia knocked off Duke. And Julie's off this week. It's 29 degrees, clear right now. Should be mostly sunny with a high just about where it is right now for the rest of the day. Now, let's see what's ahead in this second hour, beginning with Dick Oliver.
Dick Oliver reporting an 80-year-old woman is bludgeoned to death at a Bronx church. We'll have more on the story coming up on Good Day New York.
And good morning. I'll talk with distinguished actress Joan Plowright from the film Enchanted April, in which she has just received a Golden Globe nomination for her performance as the Best Supporting Actress. Good Day New York.
And Larry Hoff live from Deer Park, Long Island. Shave a little more off the nose, he wouldn't be too bad looking. Well, it looks like a snow cone to most of you out there. It's going to be art to us this morning. We are ice sculpting here, live on Good Day New York.
Good morning once again as the ice sculpture goes forward. It's now, it was 26. I said it was 29. It's 26 degrees, a little colder than I thought.
Good morning once again, and welcome back to the second hour of Good Day New York. I'm Joanne Beatty. Our top stories: the water alert in 2 city neighborhoods have been lifted. The police have arrested a suspect in the bus hijack in Queens last week.
Do you know where your children are?
Victims share their
10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Jean-Bertrand Aristide's long exile ends. He returns home to power and joyous...
The 10 o'clock news starts now.
The politicians talk about school violence, but some students are living it, running for their lives after bloody violence at 2 schools. Good evening, I'm Rosanna Scotto.
And I'm Tony Potts in for John Rowland. He's on assignment.
The Mayor's Commission on School Safety claims it's a crime to rely on Board of Ed figures on school violence.
The 10 o'clock news starts now.
Another chance to the left side. Hayes waits. The Yankees are champions of baseball.
Good evening. It's great to see you. Thanks for sticking around. How about those Yanks? World Series champs.
That's right, and the celebrating has just begun in the Big Apple. There are lots of excited Yankee fans in and around the house that Ruth built.
The 10 o'clock news starts now.
We thought we'd be watching the Yankees slide home with a World Series win. Instead, we've got a plane sliding off the runway at LaGuardia, and it's all got to do with the nor'easter. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. The best laid plans of Bomber fans went down the drain today.
The bitter cold sends New Yorkers into a huddle looking for warmth. A videotape heats up the O.J. trial. Does it make Denise Brown a liar? And the prosecutor has her own problem.
Good evening. More on the cold and what's ahead for us in a few minutes. First to Los Angeles.
They're having a heat wave.
And good afternoon. We're going to kick off the show with some breaking news, but our phone lines are already open at 212-396-WNYW. Give us a call. We've got an interesting show today. We're going to begin with the latest on the so-called Zodiac Killer.
p.m. Do you know where your children are? This is the 10 o'clock news, New York's #1 primetime news. Jimmy Stewart. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening, I'm John.
This is the 10 o'clock news, New York's #1 primetime news. Jimmy Stewart, a real-life war hero. On screen, the quiet hero next door. Decent, God-fearing, and courageous.
You've given me a wonderful life. God bless you.
No, thank you, Jimmy.
Good evening, I'm Rosanna Scotto. John's on vacation. Harry Martin joins me. For a lot.
This is the 10 o'clock news, New York's #1 primetime news. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? This is the Fox 5 10 o'clock news.
Live from Studio 5, Jim Ryan, Lynn Brown with the news, Dave Price with the weather, and Brian Leary with entertainment. This is Good Day New York.
Good. This is Fox 5 Live. Good morning. The 10 o'clock news starts now.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? This is the Fox 5 10 o'clock news.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cynthia Santana.
And I'm Harry Martin. Governor Pataki is on his way to the Puerto Rican island of Vieques tonight. That's where the Navy has been conducting bombing exercises for years now, despite the objection of the people who live there. Patricia Wu has more on why the governor is going. She's at Newark Airport right now for us. Patricia.
Well, Harry, Governor Pataki says he has embraced this issue because it's the right.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Day New York. I'm Jim Ryan here with the gang. Headlining our news at this hour, Mayor Giuliani made a surprise visit to a meeting between police brass and a group of Haitian clergymen.
That is a skyline shot, boy. At 5:30, 46 degrees. Good morning and welcome to Good Day Wake Up. I'm Mario Bosque.
And I'm Renabelle DeMillo. It is Wednesday, hump day. March 29th. Couldn't come here soon enough. Here with
You're watching Good Day New York.
Welcome back to Good Day New York. I'm Jim Ryan here with the gang. It's 53 degrees under cloudy skies. Mr. Price will have the complete forecast straight ahead, but first, Lynn.
Mute and the whole gang. It's coming up right now on Good Day New York.
Live from the Fox 5 television studios in New York City, you're watching Good Day New York.
Thousands of U.S. and Iraqi troops launch a major assault against the key Iraqi city.
Live from the Fox 5 television studios in New York City, you're watching Good Day New York. Live from the Fox 5 television studios in New York City, you're watching Fox 5 News at 5. Live from the Fox 5 television studios in New York City, you're watching Fox 5 News at 6. Live from the Fox 5 television studios in New York City, you're watching Fox 5 News at 10.
Right now on Fox 5 News at 5.
Man, check out those lines, and they are not waiting for some Christmas sale. They're online for their own good.
Former Yankee pitcher Jeff Nelson comes out swinging again after that bullpen brawl, but this time it's in court.
And what a sight. Neighborhoods flooded around our area, and the worst may not be over yet. Good evening, I'm John Rowland.
And I'm Linda Schmidt. Weather is the big story today, but right now there's breaking news out of Brooklyn.
Right now on Fox 5 News at 5.
Tragedy on a street in Brooklyn. A family will never be the same.
A 9/11 mystery might have been solved as a missing man appeared from the ashes.
And the Olympics in the Big Apple will let you know if we're still in the race. Good evening, I'm John Rowland.
And I'm Linda Schmidt. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're waiting for that big announcement about whether New York has been picked as a finalist to host the Summer Olympics. And as soon
Right now on Fox 5 News at 6.
It looks good for baseball fans worried about a possible strike.
He may sing for his supper, but the NYPD says he represents a nagging problem in the city.
And a warning for fans of the boss who are planning to go to the Garden tonight without a ticket.
Good evening, I'm Rosanna Scotto.
And I'm Len Cannon.
Well, a major development in baseball negotiations just a short time ago. Let's go right away to John DeCepolo. He's at the Jets training camp at Hofstra University. John, what do you know?
All right, Rosanna, thanks very much. I'll tell you what I do know is that this fall...
Right now on Fox 5 News.
Hazmat crew.
You're watching Fox 5 News. What New Yorkers watch.
Good.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? You're watching Fox 5 News at 10. What New Yorkers watch. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? You're watching Fox 5 News at 10. What New Yorkers watch.
Friday night, good evening. I'm Ernie Anastas.
And I'm Lynn Brown, in for Rosanna Scotto. 3 members of a Brooklyn family are dead tonight.
You're watching Good Day New York from the most powerful name in local news, Fox 5 News.
Good morning.
Right now on Fox 5 News at 5.
Right now.
This is Fox 5 News, the most powerful name in local news.
And good evening, everyone.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day Wake Up. From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day New York.
All right, Good Day New York. It is Tuesday.
Right now on Fox 5 News at 6.
Cops.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
A backyard swimming pool stolen. Now everyone is trying to figure it out.
What happened to the water?
Why police are baffled by this bizarre theft.
Plus, a new entry into the Hall of Shame tonight. And Arnold's got the goods.
I got this picture of you pulling your pants down.
He's getting to the bottom of it.
But first, she stopped to help an accident. Why police wound up arresting this Good Samaritan. And all the drama caught on camera. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ernie Anastas.
I'm Rosanna Scotto. All new at 10. The woman who thought she was doing the right thing, but police felt differently when they put the cuffs around her wrists.
From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day Early Call. From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day Wake Up. From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day New York.
Okay, hi.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day Wake Up.
Hey, Good Day New York. It is Monday. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Sue Kanya.
From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day New York.
Hello, happy President's Day. Good Day New York, Monday, February 18th. I'm Rosanna Scotto.
I'm Lori Stokes. Thanks for joining us.
From Fox 5 News, it's time for more Good Day New York. Coming up this hour, we've all told that lie here and there. But why do we do it? We're getting to the bottom of why we lie.
Right now on Fox 5 News at 6.
Picture perfect. Following days of hot and humid weather, things...
Live from Studio 5 in New York City, this is the news at 6.
Here we are Tuesday night. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ernie Anastas. Thanks for joining us. We start tonight with breaking news.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
Let's legalize the adult use of recreational marijuana.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Brought to you by Ridgewood Savings Bank. Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
You could be in a position.
From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day Wake Up.
Good day, New York. It is 5 o'clock. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Carrie Drew. Late summer weather is here. We are
From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day Wake Up.
Good day, New York. 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm Carrie Drew.
And I'm Robert Moses. We're so happy.
From Fox 5 News, it's time for more Good Day New York. Coming up this hour, she wowed us on American Idol. Season 3 runner-up Diana DeGarmo previews her new album. She's got the moves. We're talking New York's favorite traffic cop, dancing her way through the streets. Plus, Suits' new spinoff, Pearson. We're talking with the star of the anticipated show, Isabel Ariza. And from leopard to python and everything in between, animal prints are in. Tips on how to rock this trend from summer into fall.
All right, welcome to the 9 o'clock hour of Good Day. I have my girlfriend with me. Hello, you. So go.
From Fox 5 News, this is The Noon.
September 18th, welcome to The Noon. I'm Joe Toohey. Thanks so much for being here. We start with this string of new developments this morning.
Right now on Fox 5 News at 5.
Ukraine's president insisting he was never pressured by President Trump to investigate Joe Biden, but admits today he was never told the reason why $250 million in military aid was being delayed. First, though, we begin with breaking news. The FDNY has gotten reports of 2 missing.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Brought to you by Ridgewood Savings Bank. Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
Secret Taliban talks called off. President Trump canceling a meeting with leaders from that terror group. It was supposed to happen on U.S. soil.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
The prime suspect in a notorious murder case that's made national headlines clinging to life tonight after an apparent suicide attempt at his Connecticut home. We're talking about Fotis Dulas, the man accused of killing his estranged wife, Jennifer, who has not been seen since May.
His apparent
It's 10 p.m. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay strong. We're all in this together.
Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
A lot of pain again today for many New Yorkers.
This is sadly our highest toll to date.
New York and New Jersey both marking their deadliest.
You are watching Fox 5.